What's up?
What should we talk about? I don't know.
I don't know if you're posting this. I don't know if I'm posting this. Maybe we could start with some intros and then just talk about life, talk about biz, talk about traveling.
Okay.
That's
you go
cool.
first.
Cool. My name's Connor. I'm a nerd. I like lead gen, sales, and traveling.
Awesome. I'm Norman, and right now I run AI SaaS.
Okay. Nice. Do you also like traveling?
I don't like traveling. I like being in the corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why we're here. We're in the corner.
Technically, we are in a corner, yeah? Where are
That's
we?
why we're in Budapest, Hungary.
Specifically, where are we at?
My house.
Your house?
Yes.
What's this
Now with
behind
the
us?
view. St. Stephen's Basilica.
Okay.
Which, last time I was in Budapest, I don't know, Connor and I used to go on FaceTime, and literally the hallways into the apartment smelled like pee the entire time, because it's right across from one of these party areas, like Zimplakert. So it literally just smelled like pee every time I walked in. So that's why I just stay in the house and built up my software, and that's how we're able to have this view here.
I think there might have also been danger in that stairway as well, where they, hey, you...
Yes, there's definitely some sexual activities going up
Oh,
in the
no,
stairway
no.
as well that I witnessed, actually. So
Cool. Okay, so what do you want to chat about? Maybe you got 1 point, maybe I got 1 point.
I think we should talk about AI and how AI is transforming your business, and also what our day-to-day workflows kind of look like when it comes to, I guess, utilizing AI to its advantage.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I could go first on AI. I learned AI quite a bit from a friend, Nick Sarayev, and one thing I learned from him is that AI is pretty much piggybacking off of systems. So if you almost think about business as a pipeline, there's the first part, which is having core operations. You have to have core systems. And after you have those systems, there are AI automations that you can implement. And if people don't have like the core systems, then any automations that they build off aren't going to work, or aren't going to work as effectively as they could.
Yeah. Awesome.
Cool. So what about you? How are you using AI? Or even I could talk about AI too. I didn't really give a use case there, but
Yeah.
use case, I send out a crap ton of emails, and I'll do everything with them, such as doing research on a company, research on a prospect, trying to do copywriting for every single email. So each one that we send out, it's unique to the prospect, and we do volume with that.
Yeah.
What about you? How are you using ads?
Where do I even begin? I think number one is I had a SaaS company right before I understood like sales and marketing. So I think that SaaS company maybe generated like 500, 800 bucks, but it took me 9 months to create that SaaS company.
Okay.
Only to generate 900 bucks. So I was making 100 bucks a month while working, 40, 80 hours a week. So I don't know, maybe my hourly is 1 cent or something like that. But this recent SaaS I launched, basically, I was literally in China, and there's no VPN, or the VPN sucks, so you keep getting kicked off Google, Facebook, Instagram. Basically, any app that you use in the Western world, you can't actually use in China. So I just had Cursor, and I had about 2 weeks to create this MVP. Created in 2 weeks, launch, and we signed on like 30, 35 clients the first month, just because I understood sales marketing and also using AI to our advantage. And nowadays, like all of the email copy, all of the lead nurture, all of the ads, even the ads, we set up like a make automation to just generate AI creatives at scale. So that way I don't have to hire a media buyer, I don't have to hire a copywriter, and basically just use ads library, copy and paste exactly what, let's say an ad that's doing really well, running for a long time. You just paste into GPT, say, hey, copy the same styles, but do it for my offer, send the link, and then it'll just write out your ad copy. So you could just launch funnels, launch ads, launch copy in like a day. Versus back then it used to take 9 months to create a SaaS, only to find out there's like no product market fit. So yeah, with AI, you gotta be cash collecting. I think that's the main thing. Like if you're not cash collecting with AI, you're doing something wrong.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
Question for you though. So for context, we're working side by side. He has one corner, I'm in another corner. And yesterday you were able to put up a funnel.
Yeah.
And I think that even though some people have access to AI, they don't use it quickly enough. What do you do to really move quick with AI? So do you have like 2 sessions open and you're like multitasking, or are you just doing something differently?
I think the main thing is the analysis paralysis that comes in because right now we're doing like one-on-one coaching with some of the agency clients, like AI agency clients are more so beginners. And I remember hopping on a coaching call and like after maybe 2 or 3 weeks, they still haven't launched ads, right? So it's like you're analyzing things way too specifically, which I was in the beginning as well, like especially coming from a engineering background. But in reality, you just gotta take action, right? You have no idea how the market will react whenever you launch a funnel, you launch a product, you launch a software. It's a matter of just getting in front of eyeballs, because if you have no eyeballs, you have no leads, no appointments, you're not gonna get any closed jobs or any MR to your SaaS or whatever agency service. So it's a matter of like, okay, I'm gonna create everything, even if it doesn't look great in the beginning, and I'll optimize afterwards. And I think a lot of people are just stuck in the beginning where they're like, oh, let me get service delivery dialed in, let me get the funnels dialed in, let me get the copy, let me make everything optimized, and then 3 months, 6 months later, they finally launch, only to find out, okay, their offer just sucked, right? And then they redo it all over again. It literally cuts off years of progress. When in reality, like for me, yesterday I had the idea, I was literally talking to you, and then within 24 hours, the ads are already live, the funnels, the lead, copy, and nurtures, everything is live. So you just gotta test the market because you'll never know what the market reacts to.
Speed is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next topic, Facebook ads versus cold email, because I know that you played a bit in the cold email space before too, but what are your thoughts on lead gen between the two channels?
I think if you have money to spend, I would definitely go ads first. Because for cold emails, let's say, for example, you need to warm up your domain for the first 2 weeks. But if you don't have enough money and you just want to validate idea, with cold emails, I think a lot of people, they don't send enough volume. Like, especially me in the SaaS, right? I sent out maybe 50 to 100 emails when I first had that SaaS company that failed. Like 50 to 100 emails, dude, like that'll take me forever to even get a meeting booked. So maybe
that's like 3 minutes of sending.
Yeah.
Or like 5 minutes of sending.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, most people, they don't do enough volume. So with cold emails, if you really want to crack it, you need to either hire a guy like Connor or you need to just like send out massive volume that it negates luck. With ads, it's a little bit more painful because you're spending your own money and it's like very expensive. Like you just see the Facebook Zuckerberg just taking your money. But you could test really fast on like what offers actually work. Like immediately you could just launch something like what we launch with is just basic text. Like, hey, call your audience. Here's my offer. Here's what we're not. Go ahead and book into our opt-in. And that way we could just test out which offer, which copy is working the best. And we can always transition into cold emails. But the main thing, you should definitely do a combination of two, where let's say Facebook algorithm just changes. You still have cold emails to make up for it, or you have organic to make up for it. So you always need to diversify your traffic sources or else you might just get zucked multiple times by multiple platforms. Yeah.
On the topic too, been sending cold emails for 5 years, been in the ad space I've always been around ads. I used to sell into e-commerce brands and they are very, very paid media heavy. And one thing that I could absolutely love about paid ads are just the data. You know, in cold email, you don't really know necessarily who opens or, really, there's just less data with cold email at the end of the day. But with a pixel, you could see like, okay, what's my cost per book call? What's my cost per purchase, for example?
Yeah.
And I think that you even have some use cases with Hyros too, to just see the user journey.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I think back in the day with Facebook, you needed, when I was dropshipping, when I was young, very young, you had to find the perfect audience, have the perfect creative. But nowadays with Facebook, what we run whenever we're first testing an offer, it's just like broad everything. I don't even touch anything on Facebook. And then I just run my creative for my offer and Facebook automatically go find it themselves. So that's a big change in AI as well. Like Facebook's algorithm is pretty smart. Some weeks it's not so smart and it's just burning my cash, but most of the time it's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
When do you shut off an ad? After how much spend, after how many days?
Yeah,
really
usually
varies.
Yeah, I think it's, let's say I'm like running a local contractors, if I don't get a lead in within like $75, I usually shut it off. Maybe it's too early for some people, but let's say it's like low ticket. If I reach like 2 to 3x, usually let's say 2.5x CAC, and I don't get a sale, I shut it off. And then I'll just go and split test more creatives.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. What's the next topic that you want to chat about, my man?
Let's chat about traveling while being an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe for context, where did we meet?
Argentina, Buenos Aires. We were at a Mundolingo.
We were at a Mundo Lingo. So for those that don't know, Mundo Lingo is an event. It happens in multiple locations throughout South America. And you're able to meet other foreigners, you're able to learn different languages. And that's where Norman and I met for context.
Yeah.
And what happened that day?
I mean, I was there to practice Spanish, you know, with locals. But then Connor came up to me. He was basically just talking about like ads, funnels. And then I think the day after, we went to get dinner, like steak. Back in the day, it was like $20 for
like 20 ounces.
Yeah, it was like it could feed like 4 people.
It was good.
Yeah, but we just talked about like ads and funnels the entire time, and then we've just been in the corner since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. And I think that, on the topic of traveling in terms of, maintaining your business, maintaining good relationships, I think that when we met, it was just a long time. Like I was in Budapest for a good amount of months before I was able to talk shop with someone in person. And, I think that there was like an excitement there. That was good.
Yeah, like Connor and I probably didn't see each other since the first time we met in Buenos Aires, which was I think a year and 3 months ago, or a year ago.
Yeah.
So, but it's like I just call him on FaceTime just randomly throughout my day, like, hey, check out my ads or whatever. Yeah. So it doesn't, whenever I saw him in person, it feels the same. But I think that's like most guys. Like most guys, if you like meet your friends after a long time, it's still the same thing. But I think it's hard to, I don't know. A lot of times I go to places and it's new, I don't do anything. Like I just stay in my house until my last week, and I do everything in 1 week. So I remember my first time in Budapest, I didn't even go to the other side, Buda, with like all of the famous like tourist spaces until my last week in Budapest, where I basically knocked out everything in 1 week. So I think it's like pros and cons, but traveling too much, you have to stay at least like 3 months in one location, or else you're just gonna get burnt out and not have a routine and become fat. And
agreed.
Yeah.
And on the topic too, I mean, I could speak about this a little bit, but whenever you're going from one country, one city to the next, if you're always moving in a week or 2 weeks, there's always going to be those travel days. So the day before, you typically have to pack up. The day where you land, you have to like unpack all your shit, and it just takes a lot of time. So if you kind of think about it, if you're moving, let's just say every 10 days, as an example, and you have to get ready for a day in advance and a day when you arrive, that's 20% of your time that could be lost. But if you split your trip over 2 months, over 3 months, that percentage of time is just a lot smaller proportionally. I could talk about this like pretty extensively, but hey, whenever I get to a new city, I'm trying to figure out, okay, where's the closest park? I like going on walks throughout the day. Where's the closest gym? In Budapest, Norman gave me a good connection for one. And also like where are like some other good coffee shops or WeWorks if people like going to those.
Yeah, I think for me, I just find the gym. I find if there's food delivery and set up food delivery ASAP.
Yes.
And then see if I could just get some water, so I don't have to leave my apartment as much. But I think it's just it's hard to. I don't know. For me, I just like to just stay in my apartment and lock in, because I think this week maybe I've left. Like, you've been here the entire week.
Like 2, maybe 3 times.
Yeah,
max.
I think I left 2 or 3 times. But tomorrow I'm gonna go to the gym. Trust. I'm just I'm too busy cooking. Too busy cooking on my funnels right now. And you're gonna go into situations, like I remember when I was in college in my first year, I was obsessed with the gym. Like I had pre-workout pump, protein powder, creatine. I had all the different supplements because I was just obsessed with it. So you literally need to enter periods of your life where you're just like obsessed with one thing. Yeah. And even now, like it's on my supplement stack. Like I have all the supplements to maximize my productivity. So now I basically transition that obsession into a gym, into like business, but I still don't want to, lose my gain. So I'll probably go to gym tomorrow. But
there we go.
Yeah, just be obsessed with everything you do, and then that's how you're actually going to get gains in business and life, I think.
Right on. And I guess locking in on the topic of that, what's happening in a few months?
What is happening in a few months? We're going to Bolivia.
What's happening there?
Bolivia is literally the goated spot. Like if you go to Santa Cruz, I went there for a week. You literally have gym, sauna,
Yeah.
pool, rooftop bar, rooftop restaurant, restaurants downstairs,
Okay.
co-working, cafe, all in the same building. Like you don't even need to leave your apartment. And I also had like a balcony, like the tallest building in Santa Cruz. And I mean, not back in the day, like literally a month ago when I went, rooftop cocktails, $3 in the best cocktail bar in the entire city. So we're gonna cut down our cost of living because like this view is not that cheap. But in Bolivia, we're gonna try to live off of, I don't know, $500 a month. Is that the quota?
I don't know if that's possible.
I think it's possible if I really like budget, but I don't think you should. Sometimes you just gotta switch it up, you know. You gotta like live a good life.
You have to stay humble.
Yeah, you just humble yourself. Like first time in Budapest, I had a really nice apartment. It didn't cost that much, but then second time, I had to live in a PP apartment. So you gotta just like humble yourself.
Imagine on the Airbnb review, no long answers, just PP apartment.
Yeah, I didn't even leave a
terrible.
review.
Oh,
The host
no.
was like, "Hey, can you leave us a review?" I'm not. I don't want to ruin their business because I'm a business owner. So it's like I don't want to ruin their business with a bad review. But
Yeah.
I sent them a private message like, "There's just pee."
Oh no.
Although they probably can't control it, right? It's like drunk people come in and just pee. But
Oh no.
yeah,
Cool. I think this has been a good podcast or good video or a good conversation.
yeah, sun setting it's our cue.
Yes.
To leave.
You want to have any final notes, final remarks?
I think that's pretty much it. You could check out Connor's, whoever's channel is posting. You could check out Connor's YouTube in the description. You could check out my YouTube in the description, and
Buy
Yeah.
his shit.
yeah, buy my stuff and buy his stuff. And then we're gonna go back to work, I think, and order food. Or he's fasting, but I'm gonna order
I'm
food.
fasting.
Yeah, some clean food.
There we go.
All right.
Well, see you next time, guys, and we may post one in Bolivia. Peace.
All right. Ciao.